Ashley Strohmeyer, live for us in New York. Ashley, thank you. Let's bring in law enforcement consultant and active Southern California police officer Deon Joseph, along with former FBI special agent and Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Thank you both for coming on. Nicole, to you first, kind of picking up where Ashley left off there. FoxNews.com writes the following. A 17-year-old Wisconsin teen accused of killing his mother and stepfather had also plotted to assassinate President Donald Trump to start a political revolution. Nikita Kassab, 17, had images and messages on his phone that referenced a self-described manifesto regarding assassinating the president, making bombs, and terrorist attacks. And he was also reportedly in contact with a male in Russia. I mean, this was no hoax, Nicole.
Oh, no, this was a very extensive plot. And to think this was carried out by a 17-year-old. And now how many assassination attempts have, been attempted to be carried out or have been planned against President Trump? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And this person needs to be held accountable. And what I find just so disturbing, a 17-year-old, and the way that they discovered him was that he had been missing from school for 2 weeks. And the police did a welfare check, and they went to the home and discovered, his deceased parents that were covered in blankets, and their bodies were so decomposed, Trace, that they couldn't even identify the parents. They had to use extensive methods, I'm guessing probably DNA and dental. But this is very, very disturbing, very dangerous. This person does need to be held accountable, and he will be charged under state and federal law.
Yeah. Meantime, I want to put this video up of this dealership, Tesla dealership in New Mexico. A New Mexico man now charged with attacking a Tesla dealership, another one. He also went after a Republican Party building. In fact, here is the New Mexico GOP chairwoman. Watch.
This was not just an attack on our building. This is an attack on our values, our free speech, and the right of every New Mexican that wants to participate in the democratic process without fear.
I mean, Deon, she's right. I mean, one thing, Pam Bondi came out and said, this person is going to face consequences. And she makes a good point saying it's not just Tesla. He's going after Tesla, and he thinks the Republicans are also responsible for this, so he's going after them as well. This has got to be taken care of.
This is political rhetoric gone way too far. You would think we would learn after 2 assassination attempts on the president that we would tap down on it. But from elected officials to pundits all the way down, they're fanning the flames, and these seeds are falling into the hearts of very deranged, unstable people. And eventually somebody's going to try to carry them out if we as a country don't come together and tamp down on it.
Yeah, it is very interesting. Meantime, FoxNews.com writes the following here. Carmelo Anthony, 17 years old, faces first-degree murder charges in Austin Metcalf's death. His bond was dropped from $1 million, Nicole, to $250,000 on Monday morning. We should note that's a 75% drop. He had already on his GoFundMe page raised some $425,000. What do you think of this? Is this kind of standard operating procedure, or does it seem drastic to you at all, Nicole?
To me, it seems quite drastic. And again, I know I've said this before. I am from the state of Texas, and I'm absolutely stunned to see this in the state of Texas because they are very tough on crime there. I don't know this judge in particular, but I am very shocked that this was dropped from $1 million down to $250,000 bond. I understand he has not been able to meet the bond yet at this point, but this individual murdered someone at a track meet. Why did he even have a knife in his bag in the first place? There will be justice served in this case, but the Supreme Court has ruled in the past that he will not face the death penalty because he is a juvenile. But I do believe that, they will get in there, they will present this to a grand jury, and hopefully there is true justice, because this should not be happening. You should not be in fear of your life because you're at a high school track meet. And again, I'm stunned to see this in the state of Texas. It's appalling.
Yeah, and I want to put these up. We just had it up there a second ago because this is kind of fascinating. We talked about how Carmelo Anthony has raised over $440,000 on a GoFundMe, or $424,000, and Luigi Mangione, who allegedly killed the healthcare executive, has raised almost $1 million, $906,000. And here's the journalist, independent journalist. Her name is Taylor Lorenz, and she's saying this about Luigi Mangione. Watch.
You're going to see women especially that feel like, oh my God, right? Like, here's this man who's revolutionary, who's famous, who's handsome, who's young, who's smart. He's a person that seems like this morally good man, which is hard to find.
I mean, that's the whole thing is when you start calling somebody a morally good man who shot somebody in the back in the early morning hours and planned the whole thing, there's no morally good man involved in any of this, Dion.
No, I want to make it very clear to everyone in the country. Mangione is a coward. No matter what you stand for, what you believe, or how cute you think that man is, he shot a man in the back who had a family who was not harming him. He was walking away from it, and he shot that man in the back. That is cowardice, and there is no justification for it. And anyone who believes that, you really need to get some serious help.
Yeah. What do you think about the 17-year-old who was bail was very quickly
very quickly, tragic situation, but for the rest of the nation, please stop racializing this incident. These are two young boys, and one made a bad decision to pull out a weapon. For everybody out there, don't bring a fist to a verbal dispute. Don't bring a knife to a fist fight or a deadly weapon to a fist fight. If you do that, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. But unfortunately, someone lost their son, and someone may be losing their son to the justice system. So it's just a tragedy. Let's not divide ourselves anymore.
Dion Joseph, Nicole Parker, thank you both.
নারাকি মাটিতে নারাকি পাটিতে নারাকি পালকের ঘরে নারাকি মাটিতে নারাকি পাটিতে নারাকি পালকের ঘরে শীতল সুন্দরে রাখিব বন্ধুরে শীতির সিন্ধুরে রাখিব বন্ধুরে বিলিয়ে সম্পরে বিলিয়ে সম্পরে দিয়া গেলাম রে দিয়া গেলাম রে নয়নের কাজল পরাণের বন্ধুরে না দেখিলে পরাণ করে না দেখিলে পরাণ করে না দেখিলে পরাণ করে কি জানাতে গান শুনি বন্ধু পরবাসী পরে ঘরে আসি এত ঘুমে কেন ধরে বন্ধু পরবাসী পরে ঘরে আসি এত ঘুমে কেন ধরে কয়লা ঘরে ধনী পোহাইল রজনী কয়লা করে ধনী পোহাইল রজনী নারাকিলে মনির ঘরে নারাকিল মনির ঘরে কি জ্বালা দিয়া গেলাম রে নয়নের কাজল পরাণের বন্ধুরে না দেখিলে পরাণ করে না দেখিলে পরাণ করে কি জানি লেখটা নারী প্রেম গেছে কিন্তু না কইরাছে বস্ত্র কষি কষি পরে নারী প্রেম গেছে কিন্তু না কইরাছে বস্ত্র কষি কষি পরে কহে আসকহরালি সাধু শত জানি কহে আসকহরালি কহে আসকহরালি সাধু শত জানি উদাসী বানাইল মোরে উদাসী বানাইল মোরে কি চালা দিয়া গেলাম রে নয়নের কাজল পরাণের বন্ধুরে না দেখিলে পরাণ পড়ে না দেখিলে পরাণ পড়ে মুখ দিয়া গেলাম রে